My unit on fractions for 7th grade is built using the Common Core standards, cognition, and technology. The 4 Common Core standard strands used were math, writing, speaking and listening, and technology. To ensure all students have access to the content and opportunities to be successful, Howard Gardner's theory of multiple intelligences, blended with Bloom's taxonomy and technology, were threaded into all the lessons. This unit was designed for a specific group of students, but is flexible enough to use with many different classes. The objectives are to review basic fraction skills, vocabulary, adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing, and extend those concepts into fractions with variables in single and multiple step equations. Lesson 1 reviews fraction basics, vocabulary, number lines, decimals, and percents. Making sure that all the intelligences listed on the side are addressed, students will create a word cloud, watch a PowerPoint, and record their thoughts and notes in paper 53. Students will then go to the website BrainPop and play a number line game called Battleship and Pearl Diver to help reinforce the concept of where fractions fall on the number line. Using virtual manipulatives, they'll be able to put together manipulatives that help them focus on the decimals and percents of fractions. Finally, they'll use Inspiration Map Lite to create a thinking map about the fraction concepts that they have currently learned. The visual learners will enjoy the thinking map side, and the logical learners will enjoy it being made into an outline. These projects will be posted to the class wiki. Lesson 2 is all about adding fractions with like and unlike denominators, mixed and whole numbers. After watching a PowerPoint presentation, students will record their thoughts using the app Paper 53. They'll explore fractions more with Oh No Fractions, an app that allows them to manipulate the fractions on the screen. Our kinesthetic and visual learners will really enjoy this app. It also shows the decimal and percent that the fraction happens to be. Students will go to Pinterest and create a board about adding fractions, and using Doceri, they'll create a lesson all about adding fractions. These will all be recorded on the class wiki. Lesson 3 is about subtracting fractions with like and unlike denominators, mixed and whole numbers. After watching a PowerPoint presentation, students will go to the website spellingcity.com, type in the vocabulary words, and play a vocabulary game. They'll also use Oh No Fractions again, the subtraction feature, and Sketch will be introduced as a new app for them to use. The students will create a sketch about how to subtract fractions. These will be posted on the class wiki. Students will then demonstrate mastery by taking an online quiz using Socrative. Lesson 4 is about multiplying fractions with mixed and whole numbers. Students will view a PowerPoint presentation and record their notes using paper 53. They will then play Oh No Fractions, the multiplying section, to practice manipulating fractions. They'll also develop a chant and record it with Audacity and share it with the class. Students will then use Voice Record Pro to record their assessment of how they feel that they can multiply fractions. All these will be attached to the class wiki. Lesson 5 is about dividing fractions. Students will watch a PowerPoint presentation and record their thoughts in paper 53. Using EduCreation, students will record and create a lesson about dividing fractions. They can then choose between creating a song in Songify and a flip book using Flip It Lite. Both of these products will be posted on the class wiki. Lesson 6 is about fractions with a variable and a single-step equation. This will involve using our adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. We'll watch a PowerPoint presentation and record our thoughts in paper 53. Students will then create a lesson using Docere. They'll also record it. Students will then make their own quiz using Socrative, and the different groups will take turns giving the quiz to each other. These products will all be recorded on the class wiki. Lesson 7 is about fractions with variables and multiple step equations. Students will record their learnings in paper 53 and be introduced to a new app called Dragon Box Plus Algebra. It's a game, a pattern-based game, that students can play to help reinforce their learning without a lot of stress. After playing the game, their results will be recorded onto the class wiki. The verbal learners will go to the social media site Twitter and send out tweets about multiple step equations and fractions. Our visual learners will use iMovie to create a movie trailer about fractions and multiple equations. Lesson 8 wraps up our unit and incorporates all the learners. We'll make a word cloud and compare it to the first word cloud. Record our thoughts in paper 53 or Microsoft Word, and then using the class wiki, the students will assemble, sort, arrange, sequence, and organize all the information and create their own iBook. I learned many useful strategies in this class. Understanding, embracing, and working with all intelligences is differentiated instruction at its best. Moving forward, I will include multiple intelligences and Bloom's taxonomy to ensure all students feel successful and honored. I also believe that using technology appropriately engages the students of today and assists them to learn their subjects on a deeper level. I am excited to use the new strategies I've learned.